Right. Hello. Well, would you believe it? We're just on week 2 of series 2. Having got series 1 out of the way, what a lovely little break we had. And last week, I'm frozen. Last week, everything should be coming back to normal. I can see myself up there, so everything's fine. The weather here is absolutely delightful, as long as you're a duck, because it's just rained and rained and rained. The poor cats don't know what the hell's happening, because they want to go out, but they don't like getting wet. And then we've got a stray cat sitting outside the door as I speak, who would love to come in, but we can't let him. But someone who we can let in is the wonderful little girl herself, Miss Lucy Orchard. Big hand for Lucy.
Hi everybody, as usual my internet is playing up a little bit, but yes, hello and welcome to the Lucy Show. I'm going to press this, I may disappear, who knows. But yes, welcome back. It is season 2 episode 2 and you know the rules. I'm going to get myself ready and I'm going to expect you please to share the link. Oh, my lips are so dry in this weather. Terrible. Right, that should be a lot better. Yeah, that's better. Oh, hello everybody. So get involved on the chat. Tell me if you're here. We've already got, Ray's shared the link. Thank you very much. We've got a message already from Ray saying, hi, Christine.
Hi, Ray. I feel as if I know you so well.
I'm going to have to bring my mother to Swansea, aren't I, to meet everybody. Let's have a look. Let's get that banner off. We know we're here now. Yes, so I would just like to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Good girl. Oh, sorry. Not you.
For those of you that are playing the drinking game, Mum's chipped in already.
Oh.
Some of you may know that I use the bell to either indicate that someone's done something good, someone's commented something funny, or get down off the curtains now. Hello, or my mother. Hey, all right, we've only got the queen of safe parking. We've got Julie Charles watching.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to hijack my own show to say Julie is I can't believe she hasn't been nominated for an honours yet, and it's something I'd love to have time to do, and I think I might do. Julie runs a system for truck drivers, to be able to park safely, because not a lot of people give a shit about drivers, but Julie does, and we can't thank you enough for the service that you provide, my love.
I would join you.
Would join me.
I haven't got any tonic.
Oh my god, as you know, I drink the cheap shit, so I have to open my mum's Fever Tree. Hello. There we go.
Thank you. Was that all right, darling?
That was actually, I didn't grimace.
That's what I thought.
Yes. So let's put that
I put
drink
a bit
there.
more tonic in.
So come on, everybody. Come on, first couple of minutes of the show. Please, please, please give this video a share. Don't be shy. Let's put that there. Oh, it's just one of those things. So much time. And then in the last minute, panic, it's showtime. So let's have a look who else we've got. We've got my brother watching who says hi to the comedian and hi, Lucy.
Oh. Hello, darling baby boy. Mummy loves you.
We've got birthday girl Danny French watching who has said hello to my brother and get a room. No, she's well taken. Right, when I said get down off the curtains, it was to the kitten, but Ray has asked, what is Christine doing on the curtains?
Swinging. Oh, no, don't say that.
The Queen of Parking. Cheers. Come on. You don't need it. You don't need to say thank you. We should all be thanking. There should be a Julie Child's Day. And then Noel. Is Noel here? Oh my goodness me. Breaking news. Eddie Van Halen's just passed away. Not very suitable for a comedy show, but I get these news updates on my
Is
phone.
that Van Halen the...
Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, who's he?
Yeah. I always confuse him with Van Morrison.
I thought Van Halen was a group.
Eddie Van Halen from Van Halen. Maybe.
Perhaps he started
Get involved in the
group.
chat and tell me who Eddie Van Halen is and do I like him?
Aren't
right.
they a rock group?
Right. Is Dave here? Julie Charles, right? She managed to get me parked in Rugby Truck Stop. And it was amazing because I said, is there anyone else from the gang in there? Because we're all associated by Julie, or Nanny, as we like to call her, because she is nanny to every bloody truck driver in the UK. And she told me the guy's name was Dave, but she kept describing him, and I was looking around the canteen and I couldn't see anyone. In the end, I just went, Dave! This guy turned around. I was like, ah! He was like, why is there a woman shouting at me? I've never met her before. Oh no, it was the Red Lion who did that to me as well. She's done it a couple of times. She's a naughty biscuit. Yeah, so is Dave here? Right, hilarious. Okay, so
yes, he is actually. He's outside the door.
I wish I could twist the camera and show you, but I have the saddest face of a cat looking at me, going, "You like cats? You've got cats indoors. Can we come in?" And unfortunately, he's got fleas and worms. He's a stray that we just wouldn't be able
and
to.
We've got an unmuted
we've got
baby.
We've got a baby here that's unmuted, and yeah, we don't know if he's been neutered. So what we have been doing, because we're insane, is we've been crushing up worming tablets and hiding them in his food, even though he's not ours. We're just trying to medicate the world. Julie remembers, yeah, she got me 2 nights in a row. I mean, obviously, we're serious people that take our jobs, very, very, very seriously. But when the card is out of the truck, we couldn't give a shit. Oh, we've got a special guest joining us, Coco, the one of our newest members of the family.
Does she let me pick her up?
She won't let you pick her up, and she won't want to be on camera. Yes, so let's start the show. So, the Lucy update. All right. Now, I have been showing you videos of me hula hooping, but as the weather have turned, I am less inclined to hula.
I'm more inclined to use your arm to swig.
My mum's doing this in the background. I just rather put my makeup on. Yes, so I have got a job in a restaurant, so I'm on my feet all day, and it has helped me lose weight because the proof is in the dress. Wasn't able to wear this before. Ta-da!
Excellent.
And I love my sequins. So you can lose weight in lockdown. I got to be honest, I didn't put on a lot of weight in lockdown. It wasn't until the last month or so I started putting a couple of pounds on, and I thought, ooh, that's the thin edge of the wedge. Sorry, the thin bit of the pizza.
We were drinking to excess.
By someone's standards, not mine.
Or drinking to success.
Drinking to success. Right, let's put that there for a second. Okay, so yes, that's my Lucy update. I've got a job, and I'm really enjoying it, and it's a really lovely place to work as well. And I'm very, very, very pleased to be employed in this unprecedented time. I could go back on the road, but I just wanted to stay local because there's a global pandemic. Don't know if you read about it in the news. Right, so this is the bit all you nosy Parkers are wanting. The village update. I get so many messages from you all about how you love the village update. And I'm sure it's fascinating if you live somewhere very built up or where you don't know your neighbours. But the brilliant thing is about where we live is villages can be separated by 1 mile. And you might not know people there. But when the sort of hue and cry happens, everybody gets involved in all the different neighbourhood things. And I'm very lucky. So let's start with obviously the most important update is the tale of a curious chicken. So let's get the picture up. Come on, Orchard. Press the right bloody buttons. I've put so much work into this episode today. So there it is. Right. So the curious tale of the Roman chicken. Okay. So after the chicken has been, I once a week I go on the forum and I say, how's the chicken? And everybody gets involved and tells me where they've seen the chicken, what the chicken's been up to. It likes going to the pub. It walks along the lane towards the school. The chicken, she is very happy. They've worked out where it roosts. So that the best thing is though, after a spotting of her in the rain, and somebody said, oh, I saw her in the rain, she looks really sad. Chickens are brilliant at looking fucking pathetic in the rain, right? Chicken, we got one chicken, Hetty, and she rules the roost, and the people. She won't let the stray cat eat food if she's around because that's her food. She chases the cat out the garden. So when it's raining, chickens sort of fold over a little bit and they look really, really sad. So one woman who's got a chicken is volunteered to adopt the wandering chicken. So I gave the following advice of what you need to get a chicken: corn and a fishing net. And within 1 minute, somebody replied, I've got a fishing net. Give me a shout when you need to borrow it. That's why I love living in a village. Because it's brilliant. All you got to do is just grab them, stick them in the house, leave them in the house for a day, sort of prisoner of war style, so that they get used to the environment. And then that is it. They're yours then.
Well, there is a pecking order.
There is a pecking order.
Millie didn't like Hetty for a little while.
Ray's involved. He's put curious chicken is now a focus of a West Country cult. Easy to you to say. Nearly said something. I nearly got that confused. I don't know. No, I think people say that word on Twitch. You can't show your nipples.
Well, you can't say it if I'm in the room.
No, I can't say it if Mum's in the room either because she's got standards. I haven't. Right. So the reason why I know how to catch a chicken is because our chicken Millie was attacked by a fox in front of us. And where the fox bit her, the feathers are now white. She's got like these little patches of honour where she was saved. And she absolutely legged it. She legged it out of the garden, up the road, across the roundabout, down that road and into a hedge. And it involved me sitting in a car, looking at the bush for an hour, crying. Didn't entice her out. My tears didn't encourage the chicken to come out. So I ended up, my friend Sam rang me and she said, you okay? I've got a funny feeling you're not okay. And I said, no, I'm fine. I'm not okay. The chicken was a fox. And then it ran.
Oh, and a car stopped and asked us if we were looking for a chicken.
Yeah, even if a car stopped. You looking for a chicken? Yeah. Running down the road with a fishing net and corn, running down the road. And Sam turned up and she kept praying out loud to Saint Francis and Saint Anthony, because Saint Anthony is the patron saint of lost things and Saint Francis is the patron saint of animals. And by buggery, she found it. She found the chicken. We got her. we got her with the net, brought her back. And the reason why this is even more relevant is because today, St. Jackie, our neighbour, the fox was in her where the cars park outside her house, and she shooed it. Well, she shooed it. It ran into our garden, so she followed the fox into our garden to get the fox out. So then I had to quickly make some sweet corn. Well, not make some sweet corn. Get some frozen sweet corn out of the freezer. Put a bit of hot water on it. Let it sit. Rinse it out. Put it in the house. And I just went, girls, put the sweet corn in the house. They walked along, locked them in. So they have been clucking all day. Free us! Free us from our entrapment! Liberate! Don't
It's not
incarcerate!
just a house, it has got a run.
It's got a run. There are some people that only have this facility for their chickens. Our chickens are just very, very lucky. And Hetty will stand on top of the chicken feeder to get more eye contact with you from the kitchen. So she'd be like, "Let me out! You murderous, horrible people!"
And all we're doing is saving them.
Yeah, exactly. It's like freedom and death, or be inside the run for a day and continue to live. But she's still not that bothered. Let's have a look what else we've got. We've got a message from Ray as well saying, "Get the fox out of here, give no fox." I don't want to have to get the rifle out, but if we have to, I will. Because that's how we do things around here. Next important thing in my life, Pokemon. I've made level 30. Come on, this is, people want to know what's up with me, and what's up with me, it's mainly Pokemon. But things that amuse me is when I meet new Pokemon, because I don't want to say they're on drugs in Pokemon head offices, okay? But what the hell is that? This is a Krogunk. It's horrible. It's really horrible. And even though you've got to catch all of them to get points, I often let this one escape because I just don't want it. But the other thing is, when you go around, the whole point of what is you're meant to walk.
So we drive
we drive slowly.
Bicycles overtake.
I finished work really late from the village once. I drove the entire way back at 10 miles an hour. Mirror to make sure no other car was approaching, because then I drive normally. But I was like, if I keep driving, because when you walk, you earn points and you catch things, better things. So you find these things called poker socks. I showed you the other one last week of the disused pub with the whitewashed windows and the skip and the broken armchair outside. Lovely. So this is because when your friends send you gifts, big up to the Pokemon legends. It shows you the area. So this is a poker stop for one person, and it's the Queen Diamond Jubilee. I think it's a stone in a wall, but that's meant to be the glorious reason that they want to tell you about in that area. All right, this is 5 activities for youth and adults over 1.4 meters tall to work out on. Isn't that a lovely looking place? I mean, they could have even taken a picture of the fucking gym, not the car park and the housing estate next to it. And this one's one of my favourite as well that someone sent me. Astley Play Park. Everyone is welcome to come and socialise. I've never seen a sadder looking fucking play park. I mean, all it's missing is a couple of needles, really. Yes, so I'm only 40,000 points away from being on level 31. Yep. And Gemma and I are now friends. Gemma from Codswallop podcast was watching. Let's have a look. Ray has said, I was hunting Pokemon in the rain. Sounds like the opening line of a film noir voiceover. It was Pikachu day today, but it's been pissing it down, so I've had to let it slide. I know that Hale's Corny has caught loads today, but myself, I can't. I just can't be bothered to go out in the rain. It's bloody cold. And also, there's a challenge. You can't just throw the balls. You've got to do the curve. You've got to do this fingery, twisty thing. And I can't be bothered, so I'm going to delete that. I've just said it. I don't care. The curveball part of the game can go fuck itself. Hey, my sister's watching. All right, sis. How do? Jill's watching. people think we look just like sisters, even though she's 6 foot taller than me with huge boobs and she's northern. But people will come up to me and go, I've just been speaking to you. So is that resolved? I've never met you for my life, mate. How they get us confused, I don't know. It's just the fact we're blonde and female, and that is enough to classify that you look like each other. There have been no more big cat sightings in near Hemyock or Crediton, but trust me, I've been looking at the forums practically daily. I'm now a member of all the big cat forums, big cat Devon and Cornwall. I'm on the Dartmoor forums. There's got to be some more. Ooh, fabulous comedian is joining us. Hey, Kat. She is the happiest, smiliest, loveliest, bubbliest comedian you could ever have the pleasure of working with. We did the comedy online, 24 hours of comedy together. Hey, darling. Right, the Canal news. So last week I said about how a woman fell off her bike under a bridge on the canal. Well, as it turns out, the patrol boat was actually there. It's not very often out because obviously it's publicly funded. As opposed to funded by the council. So it's got to be sponsored or charity. And they were there and they were able to help the woman get back. And I was very fortunate to be privy to the Grand Western Canal Committee meeting. It is non-stop down there, I swear to God. And unfortunately, the Facebook group for the canal has been getting a little bit vicious. Walkers versus cyclists, and people that do dismount under bridges are ignoring the fact that people are saying bad cyclists are just driving under the bridges. You don't know, it's a blind corner, you don't know who you're going to come into. You could hurt people, children, dogs, the horse, anything. So what happens is bad cyclists don't. So people go on the forum and then go, bad cyclists are arseholes. And then good cyclists go, don't be mean to everybody. We won't be. If you're a good person, this message doesn't involve you. So scroll on by, love. And it was brought up that people are saying, well, if I see a cyclist doing it under a bridge, I'll push them in. And I think you fucking should. I mean, I'm not inciting violence.
Can't say that. I'm on the committee.
I know. All these views are mine. Just mine. Genetic similarities to me in person may not be committed. They're not the same as having views the same as mine. Right. Halloween is coming up, and obviously the little darlings can't go house to house because COVID. So what our one village has said we do, and it's quite a lovely little idea, is it's a bit of a wordy one, but why don't you paint, draw, or papier-mâché a pumpkin in any design, pop it in your window, and then if you do it over the month, anytime half term or on the way to trick or treats, the kids can basically just walk around the villages spotting all the different pumpkins, so there'll be no contact. And if you have it up for a long time, people aren't going to be all doing it on the same night. And I thought that is a lovely little idea, actually. Everyone did the paintings of rainbows in the windows and stuff. So why don't we have it like that, but with pumpkins? Something to do with it. I might do one myself. I might not.
Lucy, we live in a lane. Who's going to pass our window?
Murderers.
No, they come by helicopter.
Yeah. We had a helicopter come solo over the house 2 days ago. One of the cats bolted under the bed and the windows are rattling. I thought it was like a big low loader full of equipment going past and rattling the house. And it wasn't. It was just a fucking Chinook. I could have passed him a cup of tea out the bloody window. Ooh, we've only got Namaste herself. Alex Colby watching. Starting something there, love.
Well, her little girl could start it off with a pumpkin.
Yeah, start it off in Sanford with the pumpkin. So put a pumpkin or something Halloweeny in your window, and then we can have like a Halloween trail in our village, because that's what they're doing in that way. You know, I don't like to name the villages, but that way. towards your house and keep going. That one with the farm shop, apparently round there they're doing that.
Yeah, the fox might pop in to see it now.
Yeah, the fox might pop in to see it. So it's yeah, if you've got kids and you don't want to go out trick-or-treating, get people in your local community to put spooky things in your window, and then you can have your own Halloween trail and no germs will be spread.
And you could put a little Tupperware or plastic thing.
There have been committee meetings about this month.
Oh, so they can't have sweets.
They've even said, okay, we put sweets outside in a bowl, but then that's touching.
Oh dear.
And it's it's contamination. Somebody even suggested sweet slides. So you just put a slide in a little tube and it comes out
through the letterbox.
Through the letterbox. But then again, you're still touching the seat. Oh, Alex. Oh yeah. She's so calm. I meant pushing people in the canal. Oh, ho, ho. I don't know who pushed me, but her knees were bent. She had a very good core, and she made a tiger noise.
A lion.
A lion. Get out my bridge. I like the fact that we thought you were a nicer person than you are, Alex.
and now we know you're really
nice. And now
nice.
we know you're not. You're just like us.
Really nice.
Really nice, yeah. Right, okay, so, there's been people complaining about tractors going through their village because of the anaerobic digesters. And one of the farmers is trying to find an alternative route, but the locals are getting well pissed off day and night. He's going through.
How can you get an alternative route when we live on country roads?
Not for us. I'll tell you which one it is later.
Oh, right. Hey,
there is
I know where
I know you probably helped it. One of the women that did, I go about the jumble trails. So instead of having a jumble or a car boot, you have like a yard sale. And the community, or everyone does it on the same day, and you all pay a £5 to do it, and it goes towards charity. Well, there was one in the place down the road with the Tesco's and the Lidl, and they had over 100 stalls do it all on the same day. And then there was another place, the one with the farm shop that way, they did it. And the woman said that it helped to rediscover her community. They found streets and things, parks and stuff in their own place that they hadn't seen, because you just go home, go to work, go home, go to work. But by actually walking around the village and meeting people, it actually brought a little sense of community back. And it helped people get a shit out of their houses.
Into someone else's.
Into somebody else's. Poor man's treasure. And I noticed this as well. This was an advert that came up. And I'm not taking their name off because they are offering their services. So this is somebody that's offering their services around here now for doing garden clearances. And it made me think about how not a lot of people think about getting a gardener, because it used to be if you could afford to have somebody else to do it and it was their skill set, they'd do it. It was sort of borderline philanthropy. If you could employ somebody else, you would. And then for some reason, we all became really like, oh, we'll DIY it. But what it means is we DI don't it. Sometimes I swear and drink wine. Sometimes I swear and drink wine too. And I'm not scaring people with a fierce lion. We won't say it was you if we hear about any pushing down the canal. Just the clinking of gin bottles running away. So yeah, people, if you could afford to get a gardener, get one. Because, we're all stuck in. Some people don't have the lawn mowers or the equipment or the time or the want or the skill or the needs to do their garden. And sometimes you just need a gardener to come in and do it once, do it properly, and then you can take up the maintenance. But I just thought, yeah, why don't people? Because people say, I'll do it, and they don't. And like on Johnny Vaughan's show, they do a thing on the radio X. People ring in and say what job they haven't done. And it'd be like the hot tap in the kitchen has to be used with a pair of pliers, and they've got to fix it. And it's been 15 years now. It's that kind of thing. And I think gardens are very much like it. Get someone in. Spread the wealth. Employ other people if you can afford it. Obviously, I know not a lot of people can. But if you're not going away on holiday, have a staycation in your own house. Make your house look a bit nicer. Get yourself
And
a
it's
bloody
always
gardener.
nicer when somebody else has done it.
Oh, I bloody love it when other people do stuff for me. I need to get my caravan fixed. And a lot of people just say, well, just do it yourself. I don't want to fucking do it myself. I want to use this old-fashioned system where I ring somebody up, they perform services for me, I give them money, it's done, and they go away. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I recommend it to a lot of people. I'm just seen I've got an angry emoji. I hope that was when I was talking about cyclists and bridges. Not the chicken. So in that let's have a look. I'm so impressed with use of computers now. I remember when you had the acceptable in the 80s phone like 2 years ago. Hey, that fucking Nokia 500 was bloody marvellous. Even my grandmother could send a text on that. God bless her soul.
Because it was like a little mini
It was a
typewriter.
little QWERTY keyboard, yeah. But I have learned StreamYard. Despite, it's nothing I ever learned in computing, in my computing degree. But yeah, I think I am rocking the StreamYard, actually. Thank you very much, sis. Now, Fiverr Fest. A lot of people have got Fiverr Fest going on in your own town. So have a look to see what is happening in your area with Fiverr Fest. So Fiverr Fest is where there's lots of local businesses that are going to do something, be it a meal or a product or an item in their shop for a fiver. Because if every adult in your town spent just £5 a week in local businesses, it would mean millions of years go directly into our local economy. Yes, Amazon is brilliant because it sells everything, but I'm not going to use the word gulag. But apparently some of their conditions aren't good. And also they've just revealed that 19,000 employees have caught COVID.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And you hear of those shanty towns, the jaunty little shanty towns, the shanty towns of people just living in tents outside Amazon between their shifts. So yeah, go and have a look and see locally what they've got. So it could be that restaurants are offering a special dish for a fiver, or a piece of clothing, or something, maybe hand cream or locally made candle or something for a fiver. Go and have a look. So fiverrfest.co.uk, because that also then runs in the fact that Cully is doing an autumn festival. So they're doing Fiverr Fest, and there's going to be loads of things going on Saturday the 10th of October, 9:30 to 4 p.m. And might have a little look. And also, I saw a sign as well about a virtual Christmas fair for people, for businesses, and I'm thinking of signing up, and I don't know what it is, but I'll find out. I don't know if it's a Zoom, if it's just me sat there every now and again going, I'm funny. And what business have you got? Entertainment. I don't know.
Oh, hello, Max.
Hey, Posty with the Mosty. Whilst we're talking about supporting local businesses, if you go on, let's see, that way, buy me a G&T. If you go Joke Pit, go to the A to Z and find Lucy Orchard, then you will be able to donate to me. Lowest donation I set it was 50p. A lot of people have said you've got to donate a certain amount of money to support the acts, but I made it 50p because if all you can afford is 50p, give it to me. Oh, I'm so poetic.
You did it all on your own.
So I don't know exactly what is a virtual fair, but yeah, I'm going to sign up.
I wouldn't buy anything if it's virtual.
Yeah, I'm going to buy some. I'm going to buy a picture of a lamp. Good morning, my sexy Sanford ladies. All right, boy. I haven't seen you in the Sparrow once yet, apart from that first day when I was training. Let's have a look. So, bigger news, 31st of October in Westex Community Social Club, sorry. I thought the cat was crying at me then. We have got, we're launching, myself and Donna Landy, she's doing all the heady work, and I'm just doing legwork. But we are launching Tiverton Comedy Club, and we are going to be having our first comedy night in the big hall there. We're going to have on the 31st of October. So we've got little tables, and you can have them in. You can buy. We'll have people come on their own because I get really angry when people don't do single occupancy offers. Why should you have to go with people if you want to go out? I like to go out. I've been to comedy by myself loads of times. You're there to watch people, not talk to your mates. So we're going to have tables for 1, 2, 3, and a few 4s. And there's going to be loads of room in between all the tables. There's a door in and a door out, so we're going to have a one-way system. There's a smoking area outside. Obviously, we'll have to police the people aren't, licking each other's faces and stuff. There are toilets actually accessible to the hall as well. So we're only going to allow 2 people in at a time. But we're also going to do table orders for the drinks. Les and Bridget there are all on board to get it all ready. So it's going to be, I think we're doing £10 a ticket, which isn't bad. We've got, and this is the biggest thing, the biggest coup d'etat. We've already gone and wangled Susie Bloody Bennett, Plymouth's best comedian. She is fantastic. She gigs all over the UK. She's a huge name. I was lucky enough to star on Belly Last Devon with her. And yes, so please keep your eye on Lucy Orchard Comedy. And also Joke Pit will be selling the tickets. There. Joke Pit there. Hey, booming shop. Come on, drink up if you're playing the drinking game. So yeah, £10 a ticket, 31st of October. It's going to be, we're trying not to do scary things because the pandemic is scary enough. So we're just we're trying to ignore it as much as we can that it's Halloween. But yes, it is going to be a great night. So it's going to be doors open at 7, go in at 7:30. We think half an hour is long enough to get people in, get them sat down, get their first drinks orders in. And then we've got about 6 acts. So Alex Kitson, one of the finalists on the Nodding Dog New Comedian of the Year, he's going to be there. We've got what's Nick's surname? He does a comedy courses with Laughing Horse, and he's an amazing MC. Obviously, Donna Landy and myself are performing as well. We've got Charlotte Evans coming from Exeter as well. But cannot believe that we've managed to wangle Susie Bennett. Just proper job.
Is Alex Colby still on watching?
Alex Colby, are you still watching? I don't know why Mum's passing messages through to me when she normally chips in by herself. Just talk to Alex.
I was just going to show her Kitty.
Come on then, Alex, put a message on if you're still watching. My mother's decided to completely interrupt my broadcast to talk to you one-to-one. Because my mum wants to show
the sleepy kitten.
Sleepy kitten. You right, baby girl? Yeah, there we go. Alex is still here. There you go. This is Kitty. Mum wanted you to meet her. And she's got the most amazing grumpy face when she's tired. And she's not a wriggler. Hello, darling. Right. I'm going to go back to doing my show, if that's all right, Mum.
The cat was very important.
For Christ's sake. Can I go back to presenting now? Targeted working in there we go, working in a restaurant. I've been really amazed working in the local restaurant how people are respecting the wearing your face mask when you're not at the table. She said my brother's given her the full name. The kitten's nickname is the Terrorist because she's an absolute terror. She's a furry ball of hatred and anger. No. She just terrorizes anyone and anything near her. So I just want to be really, really pleased. I'm loving the fact that people are still going out and supporting the local bars and restaurants, but they understand that they have to use the hand sanitizer, do the one-way system, wear a mask if they're going to the loo or something. Everything has to be table service, and people have still got good spirits and they're still going out. So well done, everybody, for doing it properly and coping and supporting, because ultimately, if people don't carry on going out, there's no government schemes anymore. So... Mike, if I knew that you were here, hang on, stay on. So that's Mike Green. Mike Green is one of my friends from the quarry. He's a truck driver, and I can't bring up the picture, bollocks, but I had a picture taken with your picture today with me taking a selfie because he's got a picture up in the restaurant. Because he's a very accomplished photographer. He don't just drive no trucks. Do you know what I mean? But yes, hi Mike, thank you for tuning in. And also I wanted to say I'm a little bit shocked and amazed and smug But last week, I hit 17,500 views. Yeah. Now I know before people chip in that only anything over 3 seconds counts as a view. So that does mean that 17,500 people tuned in, gave me 3 seconds, and went no shit and turned off. But
well,
still,
you don't know.
We don't know. That's the negative way of looking at it. But thank you very much for having all of those. Thanks, Chris. It's I just don't want to be on the road right now because of that big COVID thing, and it means it works around my comedy shows. Thanks, Roscoe, for watching. And yes, targeted ads. So, as I've been saying, often I don't get ads that meet my needs, like pregnancy tests. And
why would you need one of those?
Because of my age.
What?
Facebook things because of my age. Chop chop.
Be quick.
Be quick. Your ovaries might explode like an Egyptian curse. But Wish has sent me this, and I really, really want this, even though it's probably not the weather for it anymore. But look at that. I don't know how much it would be, and I'm sure if you buy it off Wish, it would actually turn up and be only that big. But people in glass houses, by the looks of it, nap. I really, really want it. It looks nice, doesn't it?
And that's on Wish.
Yes, but
so it probably costs tuppence halfpenny, and you'll get it in 2025.
Well, I know the comedian Jerry Kay bought a rug the other day off Wish, and it turned up, and it was about 1.5 wide. It is sort of a place where you buy something for a £5 and it turns up and you can see quite categorically why it was a £5.
Gosh, you could sit in that in the rain.
Yeah. Also, there are lots of people that are starting to have those for doing yoga domes. But it still means you'd need to...
It's very big to carry around.
No, you knobhead. But then you'd have to sanitize. You'd have to clean the inside of every single dome after every single session.
No, just spray and go.
just throws little bombs in there. Let's have a look. We've got a comment coming in. Let's have a look from Ray. Well done. A view is a view. They all count. Thank you. So yeah, 17,500 views. So we had 11,000 views on Big World Small Talk. Our highest views have been 48,500 on the kitchen sink. The Weekly Bazaar, we've got 37 is our highest, 37,000 views. And then, 17,500 views on the Lucy show. So I'm a little pretty excited. Thank you. Oh my God, I just read Totally Ringo Starr. Is that what success does to you? Peace and love. Peace and love.
You won't be able to write any more.
Do not send me any more fan mail after October the 20th because it will be tossed. Peace and love. Peace and love. If you haven't watched that Ringo Starr video, please look it up on YouTube. Fan mail Ringo Starr. You should find it from there. Let's have a look. And the next thing is now my targeted ads. This is finally one that I might actually be interested. It's a webinar, free webinar on how to become a voice actor. I would absolutely love to do radio. I've got the face for it before Roscoe, my brother, chips in. I know what you buggers are like. Let's have a look. Right. People have bought clothes from Wish and they have been stained. And I mean stained from previous owners. That's minging. I thought the whole point with Wish is that it was sort of mass-produced, sort of child labour factory. But, you know, you order a T-shirt, it turns up like for a doll. And you're like, that's why it was 5p. Actually I might see what the webinar is about for doing voice acting because I'd really like that. I can do Radio 4. I can do Heidi High. Let me see. American. Could I be any better?
They love the Brits, darling.
Oh, look, there he is. Gobshites on. There you go. You definitely got the face for it, prick. That's my brother, by the way. If people don't understand why I'm so violent towards it's not. I'm not violent to all of my viewers. Just most.
But it's said with love.
Said with
love.
Said with love. She says it's said with love. Right, so not shoe of the week. I've really got to. Oh, hang on. Jason came up with shoe of the week. Something else I could do with that. Right. Tomorrow's chip papers. This is where I pick a new story that entertains or amuses me, and it is marvelous. So you may or may not know. Okay, so you know you've got the Ku Klux Klan, and we've got Combat 18. That's 18AH. They're the neo-Nazis.
Oh,
so you've got like the BMP and the EDL, and you've got all these different idiots. Okay, so in America, there is a fascist, racist organization called Proud Boys.
Oh, I've been hearing about that, and
Yes.
I just didn't know. I thought they were just very proud.
No, so there's different groups. Like I think one of them's called Boogaloo, which makes me think of Bette Midler doing the Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy.
That is so frightening.
It's there's do you know what there's a group for every knobhead. Hang on, this has got nothing to do with Proud Boys. This is Ray just going, look at Monkey Does, classy trained actor. I will do. Send me that. DM me that, Ray, because you're very good at sending me the links. Right, so Proud Boys. Now, Proud Boys are a fascist bunch of wankers. All right. So what Twitter has helped happen is homosexual fellas and everyone have been posting pictures of themselves with hashtag Proud Boys. So
they are probably very they have pride.
Yeah,
so they would be
Proud Boys. So you know Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye?
Yes.
So there's an amazing video of him walking, sashaying with people behind him, hashtag Proud Boys. And it really is. The internet went absolutely nuts. They put it everywhere. All the pictures of gay boys, all the bears, all the teddies, just all of them. Everybody put their pictures up, and it was absolutely amazing to see Proud Boys taking back their name. And it reminded me of something that happened. Yeah, Mike. Right, so it reminded me of something that happened. I did the You Suck Live. You Suck is one of the other joke pitch shows, and it's the podcasting network that I belong to, and it's brilliant because Alex Whiteley had this to say during the show, and I didn't understand it at first, and I watched it back, and he was on about this before it even happened.
And there was a guy that was running around the asylum with a stretchy penis, which, David, you remember when I came on Speakeasy, they asked me what my superpower would be. I said, stretchy penis. That was because I like the idea of like saving some redneck fucking anti-gay motherfucker from falling down a cliff with my stretchy penis, bringing him up off the cliff. He's crying because I saved his life, and then I wipe away the tear from his eyes with the end of my penis.
Question.
And
How
It's lovely.
My face when he first started doing it, I was like, go again, Alex. Are you on crack? But yes, that's definitely we've got a troll. Zero comedy on here, just political guff. I don't think you watched the show to begin.
Hold on, bless him. He's taken the trouble to watch. He's not a troll, he's a viewer.
He's a viewer. In fact, Alan, Jack, Stratford, bob on, mate.
Excellent. You carry on the good work,
keep
darling.
your hatred and keep the channel on. But yeah, so for those of you that have been watching the show for the last series, yes, I do political for approximately 3.5 minutes. That doesn't make this a satire show. I don't think Mock the Week will be ringing. Mainly because of my gender. Right, so moving on to stuff from my room. All right, so at the moment, stuff from my room is just cats. So this is the major milestone video. Okay, I have to show you it. You'll love this, Alan.
Do you have to growl? Coco. Coco.
First contact. Coco came into the living room and she hates everybody that is cat. And the girl, the cat that she sat next to is actually her daughter. And it was the owner that didn't, wanted to rehome her. And we said, well, we'll have her. Thinking the minute the Coco met Willow, they'd be like, oh, daughter, oh, mother. And they'd be all over each other. Willow was like, hey, mum, how are you? And Coco was like, fuck off. Get out of my face.
I don't know.
I don't know you. You imposter.
Yeah, I'm not your real mum.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be my daughter. She was a lot smaller last time I saw her. So God bless her. She's come down. There was growling. Willow looked away, and she was very, very, not dormant. Submissive.
No,
she was submissive.
But not overly. She just showed that she wasn't a threat.
Yeah. Let's have a look from Ray. We've got, did you see the LGBTQ plus community have overwhelmed the Proud Boys in life, leading the charge, George Takei, who is Officer Zulu, who was in I'm a Celebrity and wowed the world with his amazingness. But yes, it was absolutely brilliant. I bravo. In fact, I might get this story moved on to the Weekly Bazaar so we can talk it over as well.
Wasn't George Takei in Star Trek?
As Officer Zulu.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mum's on a delay.
No, but when I saw the name written
Yeah,
down.
I thought, I know that, because it's Gorgeous George, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, now, this is a new segment of the show that not even she knows about. So let me just don my equipment. Okay, so I've got my cardigan on, got some glasses, got a hat. It's the Sleuthy Show. I am so proud of this. You have to love this, the Sleuthy Show. So for those of you who know, I recommend the next Miss Marple. Okay, these are her readers, so I've got to look over the top, Robbie Hill. Okay, so we have got scams going on in these local villages that I've picked out. I knew that I had glasses upstairs, so I grabbed them, but unfortunately they were 3D glasses from the cinema, and they're too polarized for me to see out of. So I will get some see-through glasses for this, or a magnifying glass. We have got one, but I don't want to use it because it's my grandfather's. Right, okay, so let's have a look. What have I sleuthed out? So, sleuthing number one. When I came up with this the other night, I had been drinking. And when I wrote it down, I was still drinking, and woke up and I read it and I was sober, and I thought, that's genius. So, all right, so this first one, all right, now it's a bit of an eye thing you've got to look at. So I belong to a group for podcasters, and this woman, she put an advert, this Brittany Kirby put an advert to ask if people wanted help promoting their podcasts. So this gentleman said, she said, I'll give you like an hour's free work. If you like what I do, take me on. If you don't, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So he said, yeah, go on then. And she did a bit of work for him. And he said, look, it's not going to work for me. It just doesn't make sense. And he said, look, I run a podcast about Arizona for people in Arizona. And if you're not from Arizona, you won't want this podcast. So I don't need help globally branding my my product. So she said in this, she said, if you don't give me work, I'll campaign for a bad review of your podcast. Say something. Your podcast has improved. What's the problem? Give me work. If you do, such a month, your podcast will come in the ranks. So she's threatening to bad name his podcast if he doesn't cough up money.
Gosh, is that not blackmail
It's-
with
yeah.
intent?
Blackmail. Yeah. Hang on. Sleuthy. Surely being a spelling Nazi for a word that doesn't exist. Oi! Right. Pack it in, mate. Nothing wrong with being a sleuth. E-show. Hey, come on. For the first time, I'm not doing a copyright infringement anyway.
No.
There wasn't anyone called Sleuthy or Ball. I'm cracking myself up now. Sleuthy, hosted by Moped. What have I got?
The drunk version.
What's wrong with that? Look, I know I did printed lands. It printed portrait. I'm gonna have to redo the sign, love. You know I don't like that. I like it landscape. Right, okay. Yes, maybe I can change it to your spelling, Ray. Possibly. It depends if I remember. Right, so yes, so that little bitch face is trying to hold this poor guy to ransom, which I think is absolutely disgusting. All right, next case for the sleuth files. Let's have a look. We've got right. A lot of wordy, but I'll paraphrase for you. All right, so what's happened? People have been rung. So the dickhead, right, rings a person and says, I'm from your child's school. There's been a problem. So they'll say, an example is being where a parent was called to say the child was ill and asked to dial 1 to connect to the right person to speak to. The child was at home that day, so they knew it was not correct. But what happens is the minute you press 1, it puts you onto a high cost line. So obviously parents are going to click it. Alex, if you're watching as well, that was the village with the farm shop and the pub that way. Towards your house and keep going. It's the next one over. So yes, that was happening in that village. Right, the next sleuth files, sleuthy files. Right, so we've had burglars. Right, so Mid Devon are appealing for information after a spate of burglary this month. In each case, the break-ins have occurred at residential addresses during the day and tools have been used to gain entry. The offenders have then used bleach or other cleaning products to cover their tracks. Fucking hell!
I think that they're house cleaners.
My mum's like, you wanna go to the post office, find all the house cleaners that have got postcards up.
And steal their clients.
Yeah, and then it goes on 2 occasions, a silver Skoda Octavia, which is a really nice car, actually. I've driven one. I think I took my test in Octavia, was present on 2 or 3 occupants, was present with 2 or 3 occupants, and a false number plate was used. Burglaries occurred on Tuesday, the 8th of September in Clumpton, Bradninch, Newton, Pobbleford, one in Willand, near Clumpton, September, the 7th of September. But yeah, I've just started seeing this. So anyone living near the M5, so little dirty robbing, stealing bastards are out, and they haven't been able to do many burglaries because of lockdown. So they're trying to make up because obviously they've got Christmas to save for. Right, and then this is the list one. Now, this one is celebrity sleuthing. So, Scottish comedian Fern Brady. Right, let's go back even further. So, have you heard about the Ellen DeGeneres? Ellen, the big famous American Ellen. Talk show, quiz show, sitcom writer, comedian, stand-up Ellen. Turns out she's a little bit of a nasty person to work for, and she can be quite cruel. Bullyish. Yeah, bullying. And in fact, I saw. Oh, you couldn't top me up, Chris, could you? Your crime to drink alone. And so they replayed the Mariah Carey interview, where Mariah wasn't revealing if she was pregnant or not, and didn't want to talk about it. And Ellen got a sniff of it. So what happened was Ellen offered her a glass of champagne during an interview. Oh. And she wouldn't drink it. And I watched it and she went over and over and over, and she wore her down until she said, I can't drink it because I'm pregnant. She got her to reveal her pregnancy without consent. And then I've seen some of the Taylor Swift interviews that Ellen has done. And Ellen basically goes, so you're a whore. Who are you dating now? It's Ellen. She goes, oh, seeing anyone really? And she will just do a slideshow of every man that Taylor has ever stood near or next to or known, going, you've dated him, written a song about that one, and it's horrible. You can see Taylor Swift just going.
And Taylor Swift loves cats.
Exactly, and she loves supporting charitable causes as well.
And she invites her super fans to her home.
So they can just die. But yeah, she's actually a lovely person. I got really annoyed about that. So that's the backstory. Ellen was discovered to not be a very nice person, but everyone thought she was amazing. She's like a white Oprah. Yeah, you can buy a car, you can have a car, you can have a car, you can have a car. So Fern Brady, Scottish comedian, puts this tweet up. Read this, babes. So, okay, I deleted my tweet about UK comedy scene's very own Ellen, but immediately got more direct messages about her bullying. I can't even. And then fellow Scottish comedian Susie McCabe, who I've seen in the Stand in Glasgow, that brilliant, amazing story about singing a song, hymn to her grandmother, was amazing. So all the people are out. People are throwing names around. Please don't say it's Sandy Toksvig. Please don't say it's Susan Calman. Apparently Susan can be a bit snippety backstage. There were people saying it might be Sarah Millican, but then there were people saying Sarah Millican is nice. Don't worry about that. And it's the front runners were Sarah Pascoe because of so she had a very fat phobic stand-up routine once. But Deborah Francis White, who is in fact, you know, when I did the Russell Brand Tomorrow's shit paper and that woman gave him shit, that was the one I was on about. But she does the Guilty Feminist podcast, and apparently every name is pointing towards that. Now, I'm not saying I understand anything, but that is what it's called vague booking. It's where you put something online and then go, oh, but don't ask me about it. Or, oh, I'm feeling really down. Don't we want to talk about it? And that's what that is saying. There's someone not nice in the industry, but not saying who it was. Come on, speak up. Don't ruin it. Tell people. Come on. Comments we've got. So they can burgle me if they clean up the place afterwards. The lovely Mike Green, he's off to bed. Bless him. Good night, Mike.
Good night, Mike.
Love to your wife as well, sweetheart. And Noel's put, I bet she wanted to make a swift exit. It is awkward watching that interview with Taylor Swift. If you put anything about, if you go into the YouTube and you put Ellen, you know, nasty interview, and you get the Mariah Carey and Taylor Swift, it's horrible. It's cringeworthy. But yeah, somebody in the industry is nice on the cameras and to her fans, but go backstage and she's putting facts out on the opening acts.
What is the green room a dungeon?
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, don't be vague. But I will let you know if I can sleuth the truth. Hey! I literally just made that up. Sorry, Alan Jack. I don't know if that's too political for you. The fact that I mentioned a current comedic actor. You prickhead. Cock off. So, yes. So that was that. So that was the Sleuthy Show. With or without the. Do you like that, Mum?
It was very good, darling.
I do
very inventive.
I like to be a little creative. There's a couple more new segments I've got brewing in the back, but don't want to show all my hand at once. So that's what I'm gonna do next week. Right. So now we're coming to the birthday section. Oh, that's stuff from my room last in June.
Yeah, well, we can't use the other one.
Can't you? It's copyright. Copyright. All right. Okay. So what I've decided to do is focus on some of the birthdays that have come up. So due to the fact that they were today. So Chris Choppin and Danny French, happy birthday, my loves. Sorry, I haven't been able to focus on you, but I only found out for some reason Facebook is just not helping me out when it comes to birthdays. Unless I see someone's wall saying thank you for all the birthday messages, and it's usually the day after. I'm like, ah! So I'm focusing on 3 people this week. So the first one, let's bring his beautiful face up. Right, some of you may know him, Sean Worth. Santa. Some say it's because he does deliver. Others say it's because he works one day a year. Sean and I worked together at General Haulage at the very, very beginning of my career. And Sean took me under his wing. No problems, Miss French. And I've got some of his messages from his other friends. So we were really tight net, the M5 night trunkers. So the minute I said, has anyone got a birthday message for the show? They started saying, oh yeah, play this song, play that song. And I was like, oh, thanks for watching my show, guys. You should know it's not a fucking radio request show.
And copyright.
Exactly, copyright. Oh yeah, that'll go well. Copyright free versions. So Lip Up Fatty by the Bad Manners is what Rob Bates suggested. Happy big birthing and a cake day from Rob Bates. Happy birthday, Sean. Hope you had a fantastic day, mate. All the best from Simon Priest. See, you two bicker, but you do love each other. But this is probably a pointless. This is probably a pointless message at his age. You'll not remember who we all are from Dicko. Hey, I love Dicko. And Hair Crookshanken. Andy has said, enjoy your retirement, OAP. The group that I had when I started truck driving, the M5 Night Trunkers, it is a family, and they will be my family for the rest of my life. Anything that I can do for them and anything that they can do for me, it really is, I'd say, brotherhood of the road. And I was their little sister. I was their little tiny tears. So the next person I'd like to highlight for their birthday this week was MC and comedian Anna Little. Amazing. So Anna and I met online. So at the same time I met Kat, if you're still watching. But Anna is an amazing MC, and she was running the Frenzy comedy part of comedy. And she does a virtual online open mic night every Thursday at 8:30. So unfortunately that does clash with the new timings for the kitchen sink. This is why when we had a week off of the kitchen sink, we both jumped at the chance to do Anna's night, because she's absolutely amazing. So if you are into looking for something to do, if you look up Frenzy online comedy every Thursday, but Anna is an absolute star, and I really enjoyed getting to know her, even if only virtually, and I can't wait to meet her in real life. And then the third person I'm highlighting, okay, is one of the nicest guys in comedy, Lee Gallagher. And he is a comic book artist. Right, man, what did you think the cake was?
No, not the cake. Alex Whiteley, his comment there.
Mwah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hang on. Send my love to Mama Orchard. Right. Stop making her giggle. Some people watch the show for me. Some people watch the show for her. It's all views. I don't care. So anyway, back to the birthday boy. Back to Lee. Lee is one of the nicest guys in the comic book industry. If anybody was to be hurtful to Lee, the wrath of the entire industry would come after them. And I was looking him up online to see what can I say, and it said he used a comic to propose to his girlfriend. Ah, big softy. So he has a comic book out at the moment called Hookjaw, and I just wanted to highlight how talented he is. So this is what he produced to send in. That's the art. So by the time it got ink, got coloured, look how brilliant that is. That is amazing. He is so talented and a lovely guy. Hookjaw. It's what do you think? He thought he was going to be doing a He-Man spin-off, but yeah, Lee Gallagher, we salute you, darling. You are so happy and so loved by everybody that's ever met you. Happy birthday. It's like the opposite of Sean Worth. If you're watching on catch up, Shawnee. Hello, give my love to Carl. So yes, so let me know if you've got people's birthdays coming up so I can mention them in advance and do the planning. If your birthday hadn't just been today, Danny, I would have done a section for you as well, sweetheart. So, TV and radio, TV and radio. Fuck me, this is going to be a long show tonight. It's 10:10. I haven't looked at the time once. So I'm not going to speed up. I'm going to just, it'll happen what will happen. So the Archers update. This is where I watch the viewing figures go down. It'll be quick. Just grip through. It might be a little bit too political for some. But Alice, fuck's sake. Oh my God, she makes my eyes hurt. So she's still pregnant. She hasn't got rid of the baby yet. She hasn't told anyone she doesn't want the baby yet. Everyone's done that thing automatically that because a woman is pregnant, she no longer has the right to say anything about herself. Everyone's like, you'll be a great mum, don't worry. You're just being nervous. You're just doing that because pregnant women can't have opinions. You're just a bag of breeding. And giving brilliant advice to Fallon. Fucking hell. That's like getting relationship advice off Marilyn Manson. Right, Freddie wanting to be the director of the Lower Loxley Pay. He really wants to know why people didn't take up his hidden Lower Loxley. And that was because you were just out of prison for becoming a drug dealer. Maybe it wasn't at all. Just saying. Maybe it was a good idea. Who knows? I am listening to on the Sounds app, BBC Sounds app, Ken Whitmore, A Decent British Murder. It's not a well-known one, but it's got good character actors in it, and it is about a very wealthy man who invites people over for Christmas, and they all have to get into the room. They sort of sets a challenge. Everyone's got to make it into the library by the end of midnight to press a button. And so far, I know that there's a guillotine on the door. And that I think there's something like electrocuted on the window or something. So everyone's got in. And I've just, because I keep falling asleep, the whole point is I listen to it to go to bed. So I've just fallen asleep. But at the moment, somebody's cut the throat on his dog.
Oh, really nice one.
Yeah, lovely.
Whoa.
Right. We are chomping through the murder mysteries on Hallmark. So we've just finished all the Hayley Deans. And we're moved on to the Gourmet Detective, and this is the one that I'm watching right now. So here's a trailer.
Lori Loughlin is back for a brand new third installment of the Garage Sale Mystery Movie series.
She slept in the house with a live webcam. In the morning, she was dead.
She never gets up and no one ever comes in the room.
Is it a curse?
You certainly don't think the house somehow kills people, do you?
Or is it murder? Catch Lori Loughlin in a Hallmark Movies and Mysteries original. Garage Sale Mystery, The Deadly Room. Only on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries.
Name that show. My mum was like, that's Garage Sale Mystery. Yeah, I know. So that's the Garage Sale Mystery. So she goes to garage sales and she doesn't just find bargains, she usually finds plots. So yeah, I'm loving that at the moment with Lori Loughlin. Yeah, she every time she goes somewhere to buy an antique, there's like what I'm watching at the moment is A Case for Death. So she found an old audio recorder, old reel-to-reel thingamajiggy, and she managed to get it to work, press play, and it's a guy being murdered. And if you have the BBC iPlayer, I would suggest that you watch this, The Tourist Trap.
It's the Welsh Weekly Wrap-Up. If it's in Wales, we're all over it. The new agency for Welsh tourism, Wow Wales, have appointed their CEO, Elaine Gibbons. Controversially, 48-year-old Elaine hasn't set foot in Wales for 47 and a half years. Nonetheless, she says she's thrilled to be leading a talented tourism team all set to sell Wales to the world. How are they going to do that? The world and Wales waits with bated breath.
Amazing. I absolutely adore it. We've got Ray's on there saying Archers. And also, he's let us know that Jonathan Creek is back and is a woman. We're going to be looking into this. It may even make the Sleuth Files. Don't know. So, yeah. So,
Joanna Creek.
Yeah, Joe Creek. So please watch the Tourist Trap, because both seasons are on there and they've got such strong actors in there. You've got Ellis James, You've got Mike Bubbins, Sally Phillips. There's so many. It is amazing. Tourist Trap is so good, says Ray. And yes, please listen to on the Sounds app. You've got on 5 Live. You've got Ellis and John, which is so amazing. Not only that, they've got the comedy podcast. They've got How Do You Cope as well, which is really helpful for people struggling during lockdown. And Chris Moyles, absolutely I just bloody love that show. We are reviewing Mandy this week on the kitchen sink. And also I was on USUC Live, which you can watch again. And Weekly Bazaar is up on USUC as well. And also you can watch Big World Small Talk. And we had Scottish comedian guest Stephen Youngson, not Steve Youngson. Stephen Youngson, who came across so amazing. I meant to show you highlighted on Hallmark. David Wall's just turned up. Don't worry, you can always watch on catch up. Everything's up for posterity. I'm going to go on to the truck stop review. Maybe I'll move Ask Lucy next week, but I will do your question, obviously, Noel. So, truck stop review, I can't not do it because this one's my favourite truck stops I've ever been to. Well, one of my favourite. So, it was, if I bring it up, it was in Switzerland at the hills near Davos. I was there the same time that Greta Thunberg went to Davos for the first time. She went by boat. I went by truck. I was cold, so I ran my engine all night. Ta-da! It's what she would have wanted. It's just at the foot of Davos, and it's just next to a place called Bad Ragaz. So it's called Heidi Land. And the reason why it's called Heidi Land is because it's themed about Heidi. So can you see that clock tower there? On the hour, 2 very scary papier-mâché models come out and yodel at each other. There is also this tiny little enclosure with goats that have got sadness in their eyes. You can buy goat food and feed them. You can't give them real food. But the reason why it was my favourite is, yes, the food was amazing in there. But unfortunately, due to the prices in Switzerland, I never once ate there. I walked to the supermarket in Bad Ragaz and had sandwiches for 4 days in my truck. And also I had pasta pots as well. So I had my engine running to run the kettle so I could make myself pasta pots. I only ate once out in Switzerland in Bad Ragaz, and it was a very plain meal, and it came to 45 quid. Welcome to Switzerland. But the brilliant thing is about the truck stop, they had a Swiss Army knife shop inside that truck stop, and they had baby Swiss Army knives for children. Still blades, but they were made of wood. Because plastic is rattles. And the reason I'm highlighting this is because if you travel 10 minutes on foot, you got to here, which was the Tamina thermal in Bad Ragaz. So it was a thermal spa, and you could sit outside in temperatures of 27 degrees water, and I watched the sunset over these mountains. And it was the best truck stop. There's not a lot of truck stops with hot springs attached to them, but I will never, ever, ever forget watching the sunset outside. It was still snowing, so it was -12 outside. Well, no, it was -20, wasn't it? -20. But the water was 27. And it was amazing. So you could swim through a little hole through the wall. So you could either be inside or outside. But that is why this one is being highlighted as my truck stop of the week. If I could go back there, I would go back there. I would make a point of going back to Bad Ragaz just for that thermal spa, because it was a beautiful little town. The sort of town that just has art everywhere for no reason, because it's pretty. Okay. Right, I've got some questions for Ask Lucy, but I'm going to highlight one that got sent in to me by Noel Orchard. That said, whilst walking the dog, I've started listening to Chris Moyles' podcast because of my recommendations, which makes me laugh. But when I walk past other people, they must see me having a chuckle. Is it normal? And I wonder what they must be thinking. Does anyone else experience this? Yes, I get it all the time, though, because I'm constantly listening to comedy, aren't I? When I had double drivers, if they were asleep, I'd put my headphones in and I would drive with my podcast on, and I was listening to the Standard Issue one when Sandy talks about where she used the C word with Sarah Millican, and I was practically crying. I'm driving a truck going, and my double driver woke up and he went, "Jesus, I don't know what you're listening to, but I have to listen to it." And he made me rewind it and take my headphones out and play it out loud. It's amazing. And do you know what? The joke's on them for not listening to their own. If the dog's happy because you're laughing, what's better than that? Chris Boyle's podcast is the way forward. You can get it by getting the Radio X app, works all around the globe, and you can play catch up. You can have the episodes downloaded to your phone, or you can listen to the podcast, which means you don't have any adverts or music you don't like, i.e. Oasis. So we're going to quickly go through the plug section. So Vix Layton has got more acts. Plug section, there we go. Live at the Limehouse. I didn't upload a picture in time, but on the 7th of October, so she's got one tomorrow night, but that's sold out. And then she's got another one coming up in November, and I will make sure I get all the information together for that on time. But yes, so she's sold out. So Live at the Limehouse, Star of the East. She's got amazing, amazing acts there. So if you are living in East London, look up Live at the Limehouse and book your tickets early, or you will be disappointed and you will miss out. Noel's put for the Chris Boyle podcast, it's very entertaining. Yes, it is. Beefy's Comedy, 3rd of December. I'm going to keep saying this all the way up to 3rd of December because Beefy's Comedy is a lovely comedy club. Carl is a lovely guy. So 3rd of December, North Cardiff, the Wolf's Castle Initiation, great lineup. Probably he hasn't released, has he? Ray's not released the lineup yet, is he? But as soon as I get the uploads of the lineup, I will post it on here. So support your local comedy clubs. And as I've mentioned, on the 31st of October, Tiverton Comedy Club in Westex Social Club. And also, if you'd like to catch me in Plymouth, I am going to be performing at the Barbican Theatre, B Bar, on the 4th of November. Tickets at £12 starting at 7:30. Woo-hoo! So the other thing I'd like to plug is the reason sort of leading you towards watching the Tourist Trap is the creator of Tourist Trap, Sian Harries, is going to be on the kitchen sink. And I'm overwhelmed and stunned and excited as well because she is so amazing. She has co-written and co-created with Tidia Tourist Trap. She co-wrote Greg Davis's comedy Man Down. She also stars in Tourist Trap. And if you ever listen to the Rod Gilbert show on Radio Wales, it's amazing because she is Rod Gilbert's wife, but she's a person in her own right. And she will be coming on the kitchen sink at 7 p.m. this Thursday. Please tune in. It's going to be amazing. It's just, but I've been working on getting this amazing lady on our show for months. So yes, I'm keen. Funny Women are doing an award ceremony on the 7th of October, which is a Wednesday, but I will be working. And that is when they are going to be announcing who won Best Web Series. And you know that I begged for all of your fucking votes. So who knows? I'm going to try and get Sarah to watch it. It's pay what you want. So it should be a really good evening. So if you just type in Funny Women, it will bring up, it's the only association called Funny Women. And you'll be able to go on that and do an online awards show. Pay what you want. So even just £1 just to support it. And you can, I think there's also going to be winner of the live award as well is doing her comedy set there as well. So that's going to be amazing. And there's a couple of other awards that can be announced. Apart from, so today is Tuesday. So Thursday I've got the kitchen sink. Friday I've got Weekly Bazaar. And Sunday I've got Big World Small Talk. So go on Lucy Orchard Comedy to find all of my shows. because they're getting loads of fucking views right now because I am hot shit. I haven't let it go to my head. I was like this before. Right. So moving on to the show it all section. Right, there you go. Ask Lucy we'll do next week. Like I said, I've just not been doing the headings. And I didn't print these out for fucking fun, did I? So the show it all game. Will you be a Lucy show it all? So get the questions right, send them in to me and share this video, and you will be a proud owner of one of my amazing show it all certificates. This took seconds. So last week's questions, all right? I said, what type of cat is being allegedly kept as a pet locally? A bobcat was being kept. Amazing. Who stars in Darrow and Darrow? Tom Cavanagh. What channel have I just started watching? Hallmark. And what show have I finally finished? It was Brooklyn 99. Okay, and this week's questions is, name something you need to catch a chicken. I mentioned it in the village update. 2 things you need to catch a chicken. Name me one of them. The second one is, what animal can you feed in the services I mentioned in Truck Stop Review? And then Hookjaw, the comic, features which animal? Lots of animals in this one. And then, what events are the mystery I showed a trailer to based around? You can go to them. What events? So the questions, I'll recapture them. So it is, name something you need to catch a chicken. What animal can you feed in the services in Truck Stop Review? The comic Hookjaw is mentioned. It shows which animal. And what events are in the mystery I mentioned with the trailer? What events are they based around? So send them in. Let me have a look, see what happens. Because the winner of last week was obviously Mrs. Trevellis. One day someone's going to say I listened to Kenneth Horne. I'm just checking to see if the cat's coming in. No. Okay, so it's going to be, I'm going to start wrapping it up now. So what I want to say is, hang on, Noel's given the answers. 1 car, 2 donkey, 3 blue horse, 4 bike. Very close, but I'm not going to say whether or not you're right or not. Now, I have been going on about supporting the arts, etc. I'm an art. So I want to show you something, and I hope that you like it. And it's did I save the video? Hang on 1 second. Show 2. No, I didn't save the video, for fuck's sake. But yes, if you could please go onto jokepit.com. All you have to do is type my name in, and I am the only only comedian called Lucy. And the video won't play. I'll show it for you next week, but I managed to make a video on how to donate. And I didn't get around to uploading it because I was doing my hair. Fuck. Yes, so you go to jokepit.com, you type in Lucy, I'm the only Lucy on there, and then it brings up my page, and you'll see a button that says buy me a G&T. If you can even donate 50p, it'll go towards all the tech costs of all this stuff. It costs money. You have to rent the franchise kind of thing. You have to pay for a subscription. So please help me support my show. You've been absolutely amazing this week. Thank you for all the views. Again, very high numbers. I've been very pleased to see, but I won't bang on about them. So come on, love.
Sorry, darling.
Mum was watching me with so much intent, she forgot Gia comes into screen for this one. So yes, please donate if you can. I understand it's difficult for everybody, but it's difficult for me too. Hashtag me too. That's what it means, isn't it? Yeah. So thank you very much, Mum, for being the MC and welcoming me onto the stage. Thank you everyone for staying with the season 2 and sharing the love and sharing the videos. And just goes to say, I will see you next week. The date. Why are you laughing, Mum? 13th of October.
Because you said what I say and not what you say.
So see you next Tuesday, guys. See you next Tuesday. So
See you all next week.
Please donate, if even 50p. Honestly, it just want to say thank you. Now I remember the fucking show. But yes, I know I went up to an hour and a half. I always worry about not having enough in the show, and then I put too much in the show. So
You can never have too much.
yeah. But please have a lovely week. Everyone be very, very safe. I've told you how you can watch me. Ah, you soppy bastard. Love you both. Ah, those boxes better be out your bedroom now.
By the time we come down.
By the time we come down again. Will we ever be allowed in Wales again? Because you guys keep running around getting germs.
Yeah.
But yes, see you very, 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 very soon. Love you all. Mwah! Bye. I really like this music.
I just, but I can never remember it, but it's just. Oh.
Wait for it to drop. Please donate. Just go to jokepit.com, type my name in, it brings up my page, and then you can donate even minimum just 50p. Please, please, please support the arts.
I love every one of you.
Bye.